Hi there, Simon from simonwoods.com. Got 3 Californian Pinots today. Don't do too many Californian Pinots in these videos. Let's see whether that is the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. I have got 2 from Sonoma County, both made by the same people, Marimar Torres, which is, I think Marimar is Miguel Torres' sister? Yeah. Anyway, the sister of the guy who does quite a lot of stuff in Spain and Chile and other parts of the world. The first one I've got, though, is from Monterey. And Monterey, if you know your Californian geography, quite a bit further south from Sonoma. Sonoma County is probably, Monterey is about the same distance south of San Francisco as Sonoma County is north, maybe even a bit further south than that, but so it's further south, so it should be warmer, closer to the equator. But what you get into this thing is how close are you to the Pacific Ocean, and I'm really not sure. So I've done these in what I think will be the right order, but we'll see. Hey. So, first one, Marmesa Vineyards, 2007 Pinot Noir, Cabrillo Peak, Santa Lucia Highlands. So the things that will affect the climate will be altitude, he choked, higher up you go, cooler it is, and proximity to the sea. Let's see whether this is cool, pale and interesting, or, hey, on verra. Well, there's a very savoury, meaty character coming out of this, and it feels like there's a toasty warmth from a bit of oak, there's a juicy, ripe, plummy flesh. What you have to get into with Californian wines compared with European wines is that it's a warmer climate, and it doesn't mean it's better or worse. I saw this great interview with Christian Muex from Chateau Petrus, who's also involved at Dominus in Napa Valley, and he was saying that when he went back to Bordeaux, having been in Napa Valley for a few days, his tasting team back in Bordeaux didn't let him get involved in blending decisions for a few days because his palate had been Americanized, where they like fuller, fleshier wines, and similarly when he's going from Bordeaux over to Napa, they don't let him get involved over there because he's got his angular French palate rather than his big friendly American palate. And neither's right, neither's wrong, they're different. But yeah, this savoury, plummy tomato, it feels like it's going to be quite a lot of warmth, plushness, and maybe not as angular as Burgundies or other European Pinot Noirs are, but equally valid. I like that bouncy, juicy berry fruit, and coming at it with my tight-assed European palate, if I have a criticism, I would like to see it have been picked a little bit earlier, so it hasn't got that, it's got what I call a bit of bake. Feels like some of the grapes in there have turned ever so slightly raisiny, so you're getting this, the fruit isn't quite as fresh as I would like it. Can't fault the texture, it's got that nice silkiness that I want in Pinot, but yeah, just on that baked side. Good wine? Yeah. But for me, not great wine. Let's see if we find greatness in these two. So, next one I've got, Marimar Estate, Donna Margarita Vineyard, Pinot Noir, Sonoma Coast. So this is these two vineyards, so this one's Sonoma Coast, this one's Russian River Valley. Sonoma Coast is closer to the coast. Russian River Valley, a bit further inland, but there are little valleys that go inland from the sea and allow the Pacific coolness to be dragged inland. Well, this feels like it's going to be a little bit, a bit of a step up. I think it's a step up in price too, but hey. But it feels like it's got more spice, more exotic characters going on here. Yes, it's still got the warm, plush character, but it's also, I noticed the oak a little bit more. There's a little bit more fine toastiness, but it's not dominating the fruit. The fruit is still on this warm berry and plum style, but it hasn't gone over into that raisiny edge, and it feels like it's going to be warm and seductive. Let's see. Yeah, rich, earthy berry, it's more of those dark berries, the loganberries and blackberries, rather than the red berries. And this plumminess turning into damson. It is on the riper side of Pinot Noir, and as I said with the Marmesa, I'd probably have preferred it to be picked a little bit earlier, but it's got quite a seductive character too. It's on the fuller figured style of Pinot Noir, and maybe I prefer things that are a little more svelte, but I certainly wouldn't object to a glass or two of this. Let's see how we get on with the Russian River Valley. So Marimar Estate, Don Miguel Vineyard, 2006, as was the one before. Well, the first thing I notice is the colour. It's not quite as deep in colour as the one before, and then when I smell it, it smells like it's got a finer character here. If the first Torres one was trying to assault you, this one is more trying to caress you. It doesn't feel like it's going to be quite as full-bodied, but it feels like it's going to have more of a long-term relationship with me. Let's put it that way. Yeah, and it's more in that gentle, seductive style. It's got here we are getting more on the red berries than the darker berries, and yeah, plums rather than the darker damsons. But then that you've got this lush, juicy, velvety character that sort of swirls over you. And I mean, Pinot Noir for me should always make you go into sort of a state where you start getting a bit itchy and a bit excited, and the first two didn't really do it for me. This one has got it. It's got that allure. It's got a hidden secrets, but hidden secrets that you want to try and ferret out. So my favourite by quite a way of these three, and a wine that I think actually I'll watch all three of them over the next day or so, because it's very easy to be immediately seduced in anything, but sometimes you find that the day after, some wines like this have fallen apart. Some of them are even better. I have a suspicion that this one will actually be better tomorrow than it is now, but it's pretty tasty now, and my only concern is how much of it will be left by tomorrow. We shall see. See you soon.